starts now. All right, we start our show with one of the best games of the entire postseason thus far. The Road Dogs were out as Anthony Edwards and the Wolves took it to the Spurs last night. Ant coming off the bench for the first time in his playoff career. We'll start late in the first quarter. Edwards, easy jumper here.
You see this? The breaks. Skirt. Hello, drawback. Knockdown.
Sometimes it's more impressive to stop than to accelerate, right, Sinead?
He's back, he said. Now, Victor Wembanyama was a one-man wrecking crew. 7 blocks in the first half, Sinead.
A one-man helicopter, a one-man chopper. The first time we've ever seen this amount of blocks in a playoff game like this.
Yep. So, insane game for him. We go to the fourth quarter. Edwards over Wemby.
This was a shot for me. It takes a lot of confidence in isolation, knowing his reach, to be able to be comfortable to shoot that three-point shot.
He's not talk trash, though. He just said, look at that.
Yeah, he doesn't want to poke that big.
Wemby returning the favor there. Spurs in transition. Fox with the finish. Wembanyama 12 blocks, a new playoff record.
But falls down. I want you to remember that. He fell down there. That's all I'm going to say.
Out of the play. Out of the play.
Ant taking over in the fourth. Game tied at 84. Drives past Keldon Johnson.
I always say this, George. Good players have go-to moves. Great players have counter. He has so many moves in his bag.
Also, Julius Randle moving Wemby out of the way. That was key as well.
Now floater over Keldon.
Float game.
Those two had some words, by the way, heading to the timeout. Edwards scored 8 of his 11 fourth-quarter points in isolation
I can't
in Game
believe
1.
Ant was talking. He's done.
Yeah. Under 5 to play. Wolves up 6. Terrence Shannon Jr.
Okay,
on
but
the drive.
look, where's Victor? Where's Victor?
Yep, on the ground again.
Okay,
But
that's
here's
important.
Mike Conley, big three.
That's important. That was a big play.
Under a minute left. That stretched it to 9. Spurs down 6. Wembanyama.
Oh, I need more of this.
Finish inside.
Why didn't this happen more and more and more?
Inverted drag screen. Love it.
34 seconds left. Wolves inbounding up 4. Edwards throws it away to Dylan Harper. He finishes on the other end. Spurs within 2. Final sequence. 14 seconds left. Wolves up 2. Julius Randle. He'll miss the jumper. Spurs secure the rebound. They have 2 timeouts left. As they come in transition, you see Wembanyama well behind the play.
Hot potato.
Julian Champagnie will eventually take a rhythm dribble here.
Victor wasn't in a hurry.
He was not. He's got an open look, though.
Oh. Now that is next level stat.
There's the stat right there that tells everything.
Still, it was a good look.
Versus catch and shoot. Misses. Wolves coming to San Antonio. Steal game 1 by 2. Here's Ant-Man after the game.
We just want to win ball games. That's all we want to do as a group. No matter who night it is, we don't care. We want to embrace each other. We got nothing but love for each other. We want to see all of each other succeed.
The Timberwolves closed as a 10.5-point underdog via DraftKings last night. So that win tied Minnesota's second largest upset in a playoff game in franchise history. The last time the Wolves got at least a 10.5-point win as an underdog in a playoff game was 1999. Prince was singing about that, okay? That's how long ago it was. All right, George Sedano in here for Malika Andrews, Brian Windhorst, Chineo Gumake here in our LA studios. Brian, how did the Wolves pull this off?
Good game plan. Check. Poise on the road. Check. And mental toughness. That's what it takes. I was so impressed with the mental toughness that Minnesota showed in this game, because you're going to get your shot blocked 12 times. You're going to go through some stuff, okay? And what impressed me is that every time they got their shot blocked, they just kept going. They didn't give up on the play. And look, we showed a minute ago. Sometimes Victor fell down. 12 shots got blocked, Chiney. Guess what? 5 times, including that one right there. The Wolves were able to get the ball back. It ended up generating 6 second chance points in a game they won by 2.
Yeah, it takes a level of commitment and trust to understand that you're going to get your shot blocked, but you're also going to play a style that benefits you, because the ping pong, when Wemby blocks and get the ball back, those are actually great looks because he was out of the play because he really attacks those blocks. Now, on the other side, you just have to think about the level of sacrifice that it takes for a team to be great. And right now, the Minnesota Timberwolves understand that when it comes to Anthony Edwards. And you saw he had 18 points, 11 of them in the fourth quarter. And the sacrifice here comes between Ant and Julius Randle, who is paving the way literally for Ant to be able to get to his floater. And that is the commitment that Chris Finch talked about post-game, that Julius was so good moving without the basketball.
You heard of a ball screen? That was a basket screen.
And how about that move right there? Yeah. Rudy Gobert, again, is blocking out offensively so that Ant can stay in single coverage and he can cook. He came into the game on a minutes restriction, but he felt, we saw the first shot go down. He's like, I'm back, I'm here. It took a team effort for him to be successful to help carry the load.
And I love TJ Shannon's quote afterwards when they were asked about being blocked by Wemby so many times. He said, he can't block them all, right? He paraphrased, right? But he said, I can't block them all. We're going to keep going at him. We're going to keep trying to dunk on him.
You can't catch them all. You can't catch them all.
And I mentioned the game plan before. Chris Finch came in here with the game plan, not only to deal with Wembanyama, but how to get Ant as much as they could get out of him in those 25 minutes. They set it up so they had time in the fourth quarter. He was as well rested as he can. Comes in, scores all those fourth quarter points. Yes, Ant did a great job of getting himself there. Great game plan by Chris Finch, knowing what he was going to have from number 5 and maximizing it, put themselves in position.
We were all here yesterday, and when the news broke that Anthony Edwards was going to play, I said, we're underselling this.
Oh, yeah, agreed.
It's a big deal for these reasons. He was not a full participant. Like Wendy said, he was in a minutes restriction, but to be able to manage when he could be his best, and most importantly, everyone's been waiting for, the full maturation of Anthony Edwards. He's a guy who's himself, and we love his authenticity. But after the game, him fixated on the turnover, him fixated on not getting those blockouts, to me shows the growth and the standard that he's holding himself to. And I think that's why this team overall is doing well in this postseason.
Yeah, it's great to see certainly how he is maturing in so many ways. But Victor Wembanyama, meanwhile, became just the 3rd player to record a triple-double with blocks in the playoffs. Since blocks were officially tracked back in 1974, he joins Akeem Olajuwon and Andrew Bynum in that category. Here was Wemby when asked if there was any type of silver lining after the loss.
Is there a silver lining here to as tough as this one might be?
I don't know what a silver lining means, but yeah, of course, obviously we have to be better, and as I said, it shows up on the stat sheet, but we need to figure out before 48 hours what we can do better, and I got no doubt that we will.
So, Janae, is there such a thing as a silver lining after a loss like that?
On our pre-show call, what did you know, Wendy?
I was kind of a rainbow lining because isn't that the Spurs? Or
Right, that's fair. Fair point, yes.
I don't remember what I said.
And there is no French
what you said
translation
is that
for
it's
silver
funny
lining.
how he said there's no silver lining. For him, it's black or white.
Right.
We win or we lose, and we have to move and learn in order to get back in the win column. The issue to me is the three-point shooting. And, you highlighted on that call, our pre-show call, the need for
I
them
was a
to
star
be.
on that call.
Yeah, you were absolutely a star. Actually, you were a star in yesterday's call because we got some choice words, which was passion, right? But more importantly, the three-point shooting, Victor Wembanyama was 0 for 8 from 3. And anytime he's 0 for 8 or shoots probably over 5 threes a game, you're going to hear, oh, maybe he should attack more downhill. That one possession that I loved, it's a drag screen, so that means in transition, there's a screen on the ball, and typically it's a post screening, and then the guard is rolling and attacking, and then the post gets the pick and roll, right? Instead, they invert it because this guy is so talented, he can handle the ball himself, and so now the guard is setting a brush screen for Victor Wembanyama to go downhill. And we were just talking about, Wendy, how do you guard that? Because he can also put the brakes and hit the three, or more importantly, with shooters surrounding when you're knocking down three-point shots, you can get to the rim. We saw it finished with a dunk on 1.5 steps.
You're not going to get anywhere if you tell Victor Wembanyama to shoot less threes. He doesn't believe in it. He hasn't believed in it since he was a child. He is going to shoot what he thinks is impossible. However, there are going to be instances where his team is going to benefit by him looking to go inside. His size matters more at the end of playoff games. It just has more value. I believe he will learn that. But I will say that in the second half of this season, the Spurs were a top 7-8 three-point shooting team. Against the Blazers, again, elite three-point shooting. It was like, is this real or not? Game 1, 10 of 36. That's going to be a key stat to keep watching. Are they going to shoot it like they did at the end of the regular season, or is this game 1 the beginning of something?
And also, Victor Wembanyama is the ultimate autocorrect. So any game where he shoots the three and doesn't make, the next game, typically he adjusts his game, right? You're not going to see that consistency in the worst ways possible. So I think he will adjust moving on to game 2.
Yeah, he's as smart as they come at that age for sure. I don't think there's any beat down last night at the Garden. Jalen Brunson and the Knicks hosting game 1 versus the Sixers. We'll start here, under 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Brunson goes at Paul George, shoots the midi.
I would say it was a longie.
Okay. Under 2 minutes left the first. Kelly Oubre Jr. goes for the layup. He gets blocked by Anunoby. Anunoby has the ball on the other end.
OG is really having a great start to this postseason.
9 minutes left the second. Josh Hart strips the ball, gets it to Bridges. Fast break finish. Anunoby and Bridges, first duo to each average 20 points, 75% field goal percentage in the same 2-game
Now
span.
that's 3 and D.
Here's Brunson.
That's a midi.
I would say that's more
It's
like
a floater? Okay,
Yeah,
you're
push
right.
shot even.
All right, it's 1-1. Who will win the next?
Final seconds of the second quarter. Mikal Bridges kicks it out
What
to
are you calling
Brunson.
that one?
3-ball. As the clock expires, Brunson 5 straight 35
It's like the
games
Stabler.
versus the Sixers.
He had to go to the bathroom. He's like, get out of my way.
Tied with Jordan for the longest streak of all time. That's always good. 7 minutes left in the third. Towns sets the screen, gets the ball back, and a triple for Cat. The Knicks go on to dominate the Sixers 137-98. New York's 39-point win, its largest in a home playoff game in franchise history, and second largest in a playoff game behind their 51-point win over the Hawks in Game 6.